Welcome back to Football Daily. It's lovely to have you. This week we're joined by Exploding Heads. It's lovely to have you guys. Thanks for. Where can people find you if they don't know your work?
Exploding Heads, the Twitter account or Facebook.
Yeah.
We've done stuff on
Don't do
Guardian.
Instagram. Don't have a camera.
Really?
No, don't have an iPod, don't have a camera. Just stick to the internet.
Yeah.
But Instagram is on the internet. That's where the lines are becoming really blurred.
That's modern technology.
ESPN, Guardian.
Yeah.
Football.
The Guardian, that's where
That's a good one.
that I enjoyed your Wembley bit. We're getting the questions from you guys. Thank you very much for tweeting those in. If you have any more, it's too late now. Jacob Stokes from Twitter, who tweeted 5.5 hours ago, according to this, says, would Sergio Ramos fit in at Man United? If not, who else should they buy?
Would one of the best defenders in the world,
Yeah.
with a trophy collection bigger than Ashley Young's house,
Good point.
fit in to a back four that currently contains Paddy McNair and Phil Jones? What's the question?
Yeah.
Would he be better than Phil Jones? Is that the would he be better than Rojo?
I'm asking questions.
I'm asking more questions. It's like a thread.
Yes.
My answer is actually, let's flip that round.
Yeah.
Would Man United fit with him? He's going to look back and go, Victor Valdez?
Yeah.
We just got Hugo Lloris as well. What is this, 2008? What's going on?
Good point.
I think Smalling's going to keep him out of the team though.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What, just through violence?
Yeah, just not let him.
And then like Phil Jones would probably like attack his ankles, and Smalling could attack his around the face area.
Yeah.
So Phil Jones could go in like a seal.
Yeah. And the head area.
The head area would be Smalling's
Phil.
territory.
Oh, got you.
This question, it's just as relevant as would Lionel Messi fit in at West Brom?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the answer is yes, because you always play on a wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Is that a thing?
Can I just ask? So here's my big question for you. What if Messi went to Stoke? That would negate all his problems because they'd be looking to play with him, or would they still tackle him? Do you think that if Messi just ran and just said on your team, it would just constantly remind them don't tackle me?
Yeah, like he'd have a PowerPoint presentation before the game saying, lads, my name's Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
You guys, I've heard of you, Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
You've let yourself. How are you still playing? I'm Lionel Messi. I'm, stripes, still stripes like at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Let's
Just
go
remove the blue.
on your team.
Would he still wear the Barcelona kit?
Yeah, he would.
Question 2 comes from is that Q+A? Q+A?
Yeah, Q+A Ed Vinmar.
Yeah, says who will win Copa America and the Women's World Cup?
Yeah, so they play against each other. So the Copa America, the winners of that go on to Canada within a day's notice.
Really?
Jet lag's going to be a beast.
It's actually not, because it's all in the same time zone, so you're
the joke is on me.
Yes.
And that's why they're doing
it. They have to get a cruise ship right the way around the world and come back in the other side.
It's the cruise ship challenge.
A Tony cruise ship.
A Tony cruise ship.
Yeah.
He captains the boat,
Yeah.
and that's why they do it in the summer when he's on his off season.
That's what a cruise ship means.
Yeah,
Tony Cruz pilots every cruise ship.
he does.
Yeah.
Copa America.
So Chile will win the Copa America. They've
Why?
got everyone behind them. They've got the fans behind them. They've got the referees behind them. They've got their own police force behind them. They can drive wherever they want.
However they want.
They each of the team is being given a tank
Really?
to celebrate with after the final.
Good.
And they're going to be
Does
set
that fit on the cruise
loose.
ship? Or?
They're allowed
Set
to.
loose on Santiago.
Good.
The
with
back
loads
four
of alcohol.
are allowed to be in their tanks for the final,
Yeah.
which should help them repel any
When they beat Argentina.
Argentinian attacks.
tank.
Although I think Argentina are going to come a cropper against Paraguay in the semis.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Just
because
like an FA Cup sort of.
well, it's because they let a 2-goal lead slip
Yeah.
when they played them in the group stages.
Great logic.
They are going to be so convinced that's not going to happen again that it will happen again.
Yeah.
Except there's 4-3.
The Women's World Cup, for me, like Mark Sampson, is a brilliant manager. He comes from a lovely part of England called Wales.
Yeah.
And some of the best managers are Welsh these days. You've got Mark Hughes, Tony Pulis, the guy who did the call centre in the BBC Three documentary.
Yeah. And Chris Coleman.
And Chris Coleman, who thinks he's Spanish now.
Yes.
England will win the World Cup.
Really?
Because
Every paper says
every
so.
paper says it, and these
Yeah.
are these are some of the finest journalists in the world.
Yeah.
We've got Star Sport here. Let's make our mark on history. He's called Mark, you see, Mark Sampson.
Oh,
The
brilliant.
Independent says England are going all the way.
Says bronze.
So
Wow.
And that's their
they're all
bronze.
going all the way to
what is
bronze.
it? Stephanie bronze.
So they're going to win the third, fourth playoff.
So much word.
Lucy bronze, isn't it?
Yeah.
I said Stephanie bronze. I meant Stephanie Moore. Lucy
Stephanie Moore,
bronze.
Lucy Bronze. Would Moore lead them? In many ways, Moore is there. signing for him, really, isn't it?
They'll make her captain just for old time's sake.
Yeah, and number 6.
So Lucy Bronze will win it for England.
Is she playing on her own?
She's playing on her own. They're doing a
That is brave.
1-0-0 formation. Fran Kirby still can't get in the team.
Yeah.
Or
She's the little Messi. She's brilliant. She's dropped.
Yeah.
That's Samson's team rotation though. He's taken a squad of 180 players so that you can field a completely different lineup every game.
Yeah, even though it's technically illegal. Barun Joshi says, how did Brazil lose their typical Brazilian flair? Do you think it can return, or the game has changed now?
So there's a direct correlation between Brazil stopping being good at football and Liverpool buying their players. It started with Lucas Leiva, then Coutinho.
No, wait, who was in between there? There was another one, Fabio Aurelio.
Yeah.
Coutinho, and now Firmino. Now, these are players who, I mean, who would you take between Romario or Firmino?
It's a good question. You're better to really say Romario or Aurelio. They're of a similar ilk.
Yeah, but but that wasn't my question.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it was more Firmino.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, good point.
Yeah.
Is that his first name?
No, Roberto Carlos Firmino.
Yeah.
Here's some advice, Brazil.
Yeah.
Keep Neymar on the pitch. Stop him from doing silly things or getting injured.
Sorry, I'll
email.
Yeah, Neymar.
Diego Tardelli plays in China for, like, no disrespect for the Chinese Premier Super League.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're Brazil quality.
Yeah, no good point.
Robinho, what is this, 2009? Why are we bringing back Robinho?
It is weird.
He's on 99 caps, that's it for him.
It's weird to
So
watch.
was he being trolled?
Yeah.
Did they bring back Robinho to diss him?
He still stands
Well, he
in
still
exactly the
scored,
same
didn't
way. Yeah.
Yeah, he stands in the same way, on the same pit part.
They have
Maybe he wants to
same
go
man.
back to Stoke, like to Mark Hughes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have finally realised that David Luiz is rubbish.
Yeah, but Thiago Silva's not that better. Oh, is that handball?
That's awkward.
Penalty.
That's allowed.
Is that allowed?
Well, as long as
Well,
you get sent
Neymar
off
did
for
it,
it,
didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought it was allowed.
Well, it is. You get sent off for it.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Well,
you know
do that
you're
then.
allowed to do really crappy things on the football pitch,
Yeah.
but you have to realise you'll have to leave after you've done them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long will the the Chile back line be allowed to stay in their tanks?
Until I don't know.
What will Spurs have to do to get a Champions League place? That's from George.
Finish in the top 4.
Finish in the top 4.
That's the basics.
So Spurs have to be better than Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Man United, arguably Liverpool, and not Southampton. They're just there for jokes. Right, this is what they need to do.
Yeah.
They need to get a bigger stadium,
Yeah.
which is difficult because they live in one of the most populous
Well,
cities.
They tried, mate. They tried.
They're building one on top of the shops next door.
Are they?
The one shop that has refused to sell, they're just building. That's
On
going to
roof
be in
of
the centre
multi-storey
circle.
car park.
So the players at the future White Hart Lane will be able to nip in and get some chewing gum or whatever they want in the centre circle mid-game.
Well, they're not going to win the Champions League like that. You've got to be focused 90 minutes
think a lot
every
of
game.
teams will want to play.
Going off to buy some hubba bubba, you might concede.
Yeah.
You're not going to concede
Big
against teams
bubbles,
like West Ham.
little troubles.
Big bubbles, little troubles.
Yeah.
Is that the new slogan?
That was their slogan.
Was it?
Do you think maybe if they built around it and put the pitch corner on the shop, they could call it a corner shop?
Yeah, exactly right.
So
So anyway, they need a big
anyone
stadium.
taking a corner is going to have to round the counter and out through the front door.
Yeah, past the
It's an
cigarette
added-
kiosk, which
added-
you're not allowed to show anymore.
Yeah,
You know they're there.
The fans will chant, "Where's our change? Where's our change?"
Yeah.
And they'll all just get change.
Yeah, they'll be called the Change Brothers. won't
Yes, yeah. Even though there's women there.
they? Yeah.
If anyone is going home at the end of the game and they need to top up their oyster, are they allowed on the pitch to go in the corner shop?
Yeah, but you have to. I can only do it in injury time.
Okay.
Let me break it to you, right? The only way Spurs. Hang on, what's his name? George Gudunzma.
Look down the lens.
The only way Spurs are going to get in the Champions League, right,
Yeah.
is if they get into the Europa League and win that, okay? And we all know that no English club wants to win the Europa League because it's a bit too taxing. Oh, we want to watch EastEnders. Like,
Sky Plus.
Just Sky Plus it. Pochettino, get Sky Plus or TiVo. That's the only way you're going to get in the Champions League, and even then, you're going to lose in the first round to Fenerbahce.
The interesting point with Harry Kane, though, the under-21s.
Yeah,
They've learned to play him.
they've learned how to play against him. He had
What
a
does that
golden
mean?
period, and
Yeah.
then they worked out he's doing this. If we do this, he can't do that.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't doing that, he was doing this.
Yeah.
Which means he's not as effective anymore.
But what if he did that?
Yeah.
Well, this is what he needs to learn.
Well, that's what
Show him
Shearer
that
did. Shearer
diagram.
kept reinventing himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Shearer,
Yes.
that's the thing. If
He's in a
Harry-
West End
Harry
musical at
Kane-
the height of his career.
Shearer was in Les Miserables for 4
Yeah,
years.
Gavroche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's still he's still knocking him in.
He just thought he was playing with Les Ferdinand.
Yeah. Well, Les Ferdinand was actually in Wicked.
Yes.
Defying gravity,
Yeah. If Benteke signed for Liverpool, would he be able to prove himself under the current system?
What's the current system? Is the current system playing players out of position?
It's regime, isn't it?
So Benteke, when he gets to Liverpool, he's going to have a stint at right back.
Yep, left back.
Then play holding midfield and then just shunts him in goal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mignolet's gone. In you get Benteke. So yes, he'll prove himself. Well, he'll have to prove himself. His going in goal is difficult if you've never played a goal before.
What's his shot stopping like?
His shot stopping's for Villa.
Stops a lot.
He used to bounce a lot off his head and go for a goal kick, so that's pretty good shot stopping.
Well, great. Get him in. Do you think Benteke would be a good fit at Liverpool?
I don't know whether it's a good fit. I just think there are players who are a better fit. I think very often in the media people say things like, like when Frank Lampard left Chelsea, it was impossible that both of them could do well at the same time. So when people say, oh, would he be a good fit at Liverpool? They tend to then think, well, he's not a good player then if he doesn't fit Liverpool. Liverpool aren't a good team because they can't accommodate him. Liverpool needs someone else. But what I'm worried about is that Liverpool aren't buying players who will be... Like, Tino is apparently a very clean living man.
Right, what does he do?
He's a window cleaner.
Yeah, just in his spare time.
Yeah.
And he's quite a dedicated guy, if you will. So Liverpool showed him that they wanted him, and he's quite happy with that. But then they're getting players who maybe won't be as dedicated. Like a couple of years ago, Benitez bought people who understood the culture, like Reina, Alonso, Arbeloa, Torres, all those kind of guys.
Players who'll probably go to Spain.
Hit and miss
at the end.
Yeah, but at least they still hark back to their Liverpool days. They would like to stay. Alonso clearly would have loved to stay. Pepe Reina clearly would have loved to stay.
Alonso leaving was Benitez's fault, though.
I think it was a rift between Benitez and who was the head of... I don't think Rick Parry was the head of... Was Rick Parry the head of football at that time? Possibly. But there was a political problem that Benitez wanted to buy Gareth Barry. But what he wanted was Gareth Barry, Xabi Alonso, possibly Mascherano as well. But they said you have to sell one in order to get rid. And I think he thought Barry and Alonso crossed over. But I don't know if that's true, if that's just me in my head wanting a three-man midfield, which would have been that. Thanks a lot for joining us. It's been lovely to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Again, if people want to find you, where would they?
Just look around.
Yeah.
Just,
Google.
Twitter and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Exploding Heads Twitter, Exploding Heads Facebook, or EM5 Angles. You can follow me personally. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
We'll have to see what's going on.
See what I'm up to, yeah.
From all 5 angles.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's football.